Hi, and welcome to English-Fabule. Are you learning English? Great. Let's learn English with a very interesting story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Let's get started.
It was very late at night inside a Tesla car factory. The air was thick with the smell of machines. Elon Musk had not slept for a long time, maybe 70 hours. He was sitting near the car production line, watching it closely. Suddenly, a part on the line stopped working. A weld failed, which means a metal joint broke. The whole area became quiet. Elon Musk stood up very fast. He was not wearing shoes, and his clothes looked old. He spoke to a young engineer. There was fear in the engineer's eyes, not just of being fired, but of letting Musk down. The engineer explained that they pushed the machines too hard for the weld. Musk listened and then said, "Delete it." He meant, get rid of the robot arm. Get rid of the weld. Let humans do it instead. Start now. This was not a normal way to fix a problem in a factory. It showed how Elon Musk makes big choices. He puts the main goal, the mission, above everything else. This moment in what people called production hell reveals a special way of thinking. There is a secret plan or doctrine that lets him make such strong decisions with confidence. Musk uses a special method to solve problems. It is like a plan with 5 steps. He calls it his 5-step algorithm. This mysterious process helped save his company during hard times. But we will not tell you the steps of this algorithm right now. We will learn them later in the book. Understanding this moment from the factory floor is very important. It will help you understand the whole system of productivity in this book. You will learn the full 5-step algorithm in Chapter 4. This extreme way of acting is not random. It comes from one powerful idea that Elon Musk learned from physics. What is this basic principle from physics, and how does it allow him to see problems in a way no one else can? 2. Think a different way. Chapter 1 showed us a unique way of thinking that saved Tesla. This chapter explains that core idea. First principles thinking. It means you break down a problem to its most basic parts. You ask, what are the undeniable fundamental truths about it? You do not start with what others have done or with common beliefs. Instead, you build your ideas from these foundational truths. Many people use reasoning by analogy. This means they look at what was done in the past. They think, if something was always done this way, it must be the best or only way now. This common thinking trap keeps most companies stuck. It stops new ideas and major changes. For example, people thought, rockets have always been expensive, so we can only make them a little cheaper. This way of thinking preserves old traditions and limits true progress. Elon Musk used first principles thinking to challenge the entire aerospace industry. In 2002, he started SpaceX. He asked a powerful question about rockets. How much should a rocket truly cost, based on its basic parts? The industry had a clear answer. A lot of money, around $65 million for a large rocket. But Musk didn't accept this price. He thought differently. He asked, what is a rocket actually made of? He found a rocket is mostly aluminum, titanium, copper, and carbon fiber. Then he asked, what is the value of these raw materials on the open market? The answer was shocking, only about $1 to $2 million. This showed him the industry was charging about 50 times more than the basic parts. Something was fundamentally wrong with how rockets were made and sold. The high cost was not due to materials or physics. It was because of old habits, outdated processes, and a lack of fresh thinking. Musk believes too much experience can be a disadvantage. Experts often rely on reasoning by analogy, knowing how things are always done. This prevents them from seeing new, simpler ways. They might try to improve something that should not exist. Musk says we must question every rule deeply. Thinking from first principles is a powerful philosophy. But an abstract idea alone is not enough to get real-world results. You need a practical, step-by-step method to apply it to complex problems. How did Musk turn this deep thinking into a concrete algorithm for action, a clear plan for everyone to follow? Delete the bad parts. We will now look at Elon Musk's 5-step plan for solving problems, which he calls his algorithm. This chapter focuses on the first 2 steps. They are important and might seem unusual. These steps teach us how to remove things that are not truly needed. The first step is to question every requirement. This means you must ask why about every rule, process, or feature. For every requirement, there should be a person's name linked to it, not just a department. You must then ask that person why that requirement exists. Musk often says that requirements coming from very smart people are often the most risky. This is because others are less likely to question them. He believes that old rules and ideas can stop new and better ways of doing things. For example, in building rockets, some parts were included because of rules made many decades ago, even when new technology made them unnecessary. Musk always asks, why is this requirement here? What would happen if we took it away? If a product, like a rocket, still works well without a certain part or rule, then that part or rule is not really needed. It just adds extra work or cost. In a factory setting, you might ask, can people do this task instead of a machine? Can we use a different robot method? Or can we change the part's design so this assembly step is not needed at all? The second step is to delete the part or process. Many engineers learn to optimize things. Optimizing means making something faster, cheaper, or more efficient. But Musk warns that trying to make a bad process better is a big mistake. It can be like a trap. He famously said, "The most common error of a smart engineer is to optimize a thing that should not exist." This means it is better to remove something completely if it shouldn't be there, instead of just trying to improve it a little. Deleting a part or process can be hard. An engineer might have spent months designing it, so letting it go feels like a failure. However, from Musk's view, every single part or step adds costs. It needs materials, people to work on it, tests, storage, and can also break. Removing unneeded parts makes things much simpler. For instance, the design of the Cybertruck looks very extreme. This is partly because many traditional truck parts were simply deleted to achieve a simpler yet radical solution. These first two steps are mainly about removing things. They help clear away old habits and unneeded items. They are like tearing down an old building before building a new one. These steps are crucial, but they are only the start. They focus on destruction to prepare for something better. The full creative power of Musk's algorithm is unlocked in the next three steps. After you have questioned everything and deleted what is not needed, you are left with only the essential components. How do you then make these core parts simpler and super fast to achieve incredible speed? 4. Make things simple and fast. In this chapter, we look at the last three steps of the 5-step plan for solving problems. These steps complete the method. First, after you question and delete, comes step 3, simplify and optimize. This means making things easier and better. You only do this after getting rid of things that are not needed. For example, at SpaceX, the Raptor engine used to have many parts. Engineers used new ways to make these parts into fewer, simpler ones. This made the engines better and faster to build. You improve what is truly essential. Then we move to step 4, accelerate cycle time. This step is about making things faster, but speed only helps if the first 3 steps are done. Many companies try to go fast too soon. Elon Musk learned this when building the Gigafactory for Tesla in Nevada. He tried to automate too quickly before the process was perfect. Machines often stopped working. This was a big mistake. However, at SpaceX, they focused on reusing Falcon 9 rockets very quickly. They designed the rocket to be checked and ready for launch again in just 72 days. This goal made sure every part was simple and easy to prepare. Finally comes step 5, automate. Most companies start here, which is why they fail. If you automate a bad process, you just get a bad process running very fast. Tesla made this error at the Gigafactory, trying to use robots too early for tasks that were not ready. Musk had to stop some automation, bring back human workers, fix the process, and only then reintroduce robots. Automation should be the final touch for a process that is already simple, optimized, and fast. With these 5 steps, the full plan is now clear. But how can one person use this plan for so many big companies at the same time? How does Elon Musk manage to apply these steps across Tesla, SpaceX, and his other businesses? His secret is in how he plans every minute of his day. In the next chapter, we will learn about his unique way of using time, the 5-minute rule. 5. Use your time well. Elon Musk manages his day using 5-minute time blocks. He plans almost every 5 minutes. This helps him be very clear and make decisions fast. This method helps in 2 ways. First, with only 5 minutes to explain something, you must be very clear, without long words or complex ideas. You must know the answer. Second, every 5 minutes is important. There is no time for checking emails. Each block has a clear purpose. Everyone knows they use Musk's limited time, as he plans many 5-minute talks for different projects like SpaceX and Tesla. This keeps him focused on each task. This way of working is very fast. Most people cannot keep up, but Musk asks this of himself and fast-working people. His companies make decisions much faster than others. What takes weeks is done in hours. Musk also communicates and manages tasks across companies with detailed messages and emails, not always live meetings. He writes his thoughts, sends them, and moves on. The recipient reads it later, with time to think and research. This improves decisions as people are not rushed, helping him switch focus quickly without losing speed. However, this method has a strange side. Musk expects constant readiness. You must answer messages and be available for meetings at any time. This means you are never fully off work, always a little bit working. Research shows constant interruption makes people tired, leading to less creativity and more mistakes. Yet, for fast results, it works well. This system uses time well and speeds things up. But it also creates big problems. Always being on leads to tiredness and stress, making burnout very likely. The system gets results, but there is a big hidden price for the people involved. 6. The people problem. This chapter looks at the difficult side of Elon Musk's work system, the cost to people. His companies, like Tesla and the acquired Twitter, are known for a hardcore work culture. Many employees burn out quickly and leave. People often work extremely long hours. Some reports from Tesla during production hell described engineers working from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week for 18 months. Manufacturing workers sometimes slept in the factory parking lot because they were too tired to drive home. A welder named Jonathan Gillespie at Tesla worked 10 to 12 hours a day, his body always moving to keep up with the fast production line. Around 2017, the culture at Tesla shifted. It became less about shared goals and more about meeting tough numbers. If employees could not reach the goals, they were expected to leave. The people who did well in this environment were often workaholics. They truly believed the company's big mission was more important than their own well-being. But many others quietly left or felt constantly exhausted. Their creativity then focused only on surviving each day. This was the hidden cost from the last chapter, a direct result of the extreme expectations and the intense time-boxing system. The human challenges became even clearer when Musk took over Twitter. In November 2022, he sent a controversial email to all Twitter staff. He gave them a stark choice: commit to an extremely hardcore work environment with long hours at high intensity, or take 3 months of severance pay and leave. Many top engineers chose to leave, especially those in important areas like cybersecurity and content safety. This showed that for many, their personal life and well-being were more important than staying in such a demanding workplace. Those who remained often did so out of financial need or other strong reasons, not always because they fully agreed with the hardcore approach. This intense way of working often leads to many skilled people leaving. It also causes the quality of work to drop when people become too tired. The big question is, do the amazing results achieved by Musk's companies truly outweigh this high human cost? His companies have done incredible things, like changing the car industry with electric vehicles and making space travel much cheaper. But this success comes at a very high price for the people who work there. So, can an ordinary person use these ideas and rules without paying the same severe price? Is the system something that anyone can copy, or is it unique to Musk's personality and power? For most people, trying to copy this extreme method might actually be a trap. 7. Can you do it too? Can a normal person use Elon Musk's method? For most, the answer is no. His system works best in very special situations, needing a leader with enormous energy and total power. Most companies and people do not have these conditions, so copying everything could be a trap for your career and well-being. But you can take valuable lessons. First, learn first principles. Break problems down to basic truths, like a scientist. Instead of, "How has it always been done?" ask, "What does it truly need?" This helps you find new solutions. Second, be brave and remove things not needed. Musk says smart people often waste time improving bad things. It is better to just delete unnecessary parts or steps entirely. However, avoid parts of his method that hurt you. Do not work extreme long hours, like staying overnight often. This intense work seriously harms your health and relationships. Do not ignore your well-being. Also, do not demand constant, hardcore intensity from others. This leads to high stress, burnout, and people leaving jobs. Musk's companies have faced challenges with employee retention due to this high pressure. The main lesson is not simply work harder. It is work on the right things, in the right way, with the right limits. His method creates amazing results, but it has a big human cost. Many people suffer from stress, broken relationships, and health problems. This makes us ask, is such high productivity at this extreme personal cost truly worth it? Many choose to leave such systems, seeking a healthier balance. By understanding useful and dangerous parts, you can improve your own work and protect your well-being. We have explored his system, its costs, and what is valuable. Now, in the final chapter, we will find the single most important lesson from this very productive and very talked about man. 8. The last lesson. The journey ends here. We have looked closely at Elon Musk's ideas. His main idea is not to just manage time. He fights against things becoming messy and slow. He sees problems everywhere, like things that make work complicated or traditions that stop new ideas. He wants to make things simple and fast. His first principles thinking helps him. This way means looking at problems from the very start, like a scientist. He breaks things down to basic truths, not old habits. The 5-step algorithm is his tool. This step-by-step method helps him question every part, delete what is not needed, make things simpler, speed them up, and then automate. These tools help him keep focus and fight against complexity. The big lesson is not to work longer hours. It's about being very strict with your choices. You must decide what is truly important. You must remove everything else that does not help the main goal. This focused way can bring amazing results, like launching rockets and making new electric cars. However, this method also has a clear human cost. We saw this in the production hell at Tesla, where people worked incredibly hard. Many employees felt tired, stressed, and some even left their jobs. This system can push people to their limits. It creates incredible progress, but it asks a huge price from those who work in it. This final chapter brings everything together. We started with the tough times in production hell. We have now learned the philosophy and the steps Musk uses. His way can help build amazing things. But it also shows the dangers when work becomes too intense. It makes us think about the true value of productivity. Is it only about making more things, or is it also about how we live and treat people? What do you think? Is achieving big goals always worth the high human cost?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.